Hi, you wild and wonderful people. Okay, I've got so much to say. I'm going to try to say it really, really fast so that you stay with me. But in the last video, I talked about how you can walk outside and say, oh, look up there at the moon and the stars. They're so beautiful. You could, or you could just as easily walk outside and say, oh, look down there in the sky. Look down at the beautiful moon and stars, right? Because all direction is in relationship to something. And we're in space, so who can say which way is up and which way is down, right? It's just a concept. So that's neither here nor there. However, it impacts our lives in other ways because we do this for so many things. We use language which simplifies concepts to communicate, and the language we use forms images and concepts and beliefs and perceptions in our mind, which makes the world appear to be very concrete. And in reality, there is so much more going on than we perceive, right? But to change something, you have to notice it. So if you want to change something about your body or your life or the world itself, you have to notice it. Okay, so here's for example. So in America, we have had many situations where kids have shot other kids in school while they're in school, okay? Now, about a year ago, I got an op-ed published in the Denver Post, and why that was published was because it was advocating for mindfulness in schools, because right now we have law enforcement, there are cameras, there are grates you can pull down in a hallway to keep an intruder in one side of the school, but none of that serves like enough purpose because this is coming from within. This is children shooting children, okay? So that's why I was advocating for mindfulness in schools, so that kids could get a sense of safety and of their own humanity and how we're all in this together, and right? So you get my point. Okay, so now I want to go beyond that. So I have this vision of schools in the future being so fun, better than Disneyland. Kids can't wait to get there, don't want to leave, and this is why. From a physical point of view, they've got stuff like zip lines and obstacle courses and trampolines, and then from a secure sense of self, there are rooms and environments where there's, tapestries and incense and chimes and Tibetan singing bells and whatever, if they need that. And then on another side of the school, there you can walk in and there's flashing lights, and kids are building robots and have crazy technology stuff happening. And then in another room or a space, there's math being taught that's very cool, like very like real world level stuff. Because right now, kids, they're so smart. They're smarter than the adults around them, and they can pick up their technology and have an answer to a question within seconds. And we need to catch up. And we don't need to do this by teaching them how to be disciplined and how to walk through a hallway and turn in a paper so they don't get detention. No, we need to foster their imagination, their brilliance and creativity so that they can, find a way to build stuff on Mars or go, look at stuff at a very microscopic level and figure out stuff about the quantum field that we never would have considered. And they figured it out because they got to play an instrument, a violin or whatever for 10 hours a day, if that's what they wanted to do. So my point is that we do things and we have systems in our world that we think have to be this way because they've always been this way. And the truth is, we can change anything and we will change everything.